Oh boy, it is not clear. Can you see me now? It was blurry. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Good morning. Um, I'll wait a few minutes for the people to come and yes, and we'll get started. And good morning. I got a few questions up there. Hopefully it popped up. Good morning. I'll wait a little bit. Top chat. Should be some questions that came up. Hey Janet, good morning everybody. Hit the like so that everyone know that we're here. And uh we've got the new moon that's we're entered in right now. We're right in unison with the topic of today, which is dealing with the waxing crescent that we're moving right into. Um, so it's perfect. We'll be moving into that tonight, but we'll still have the new moon energy resonating over from last night, started from last night to Friday. You can see the questions. Okay, great. So there's some questions. Um, I'm pulling up a few things and just give everybody a little bit of time to come in and know that we're here. Hello, everybody. Happy new moon. Happy waxing um, crescent moon we're starting to move into. And those that know me, that's what the energy we work with to set our intentions. Even though we're resonating over the new moon energy, but I like to work with a little bit of light. There's questions up in the chat. And you'll, if you've been with me for a little bit, you've joined the North Node, gone to classes, free Zooms, paid Zooms, you'll know it's always good to work with some light. Okay. So you want to make sure you do that. Um, and I'll just give it a few more minutes. Um, if you are still interested, I'm just giving it a little bit of minutes for those that know that we're here. Um, if you're still interested in joining the typing, the new moon altar visual, it is still up and available. Keep in mind that I work with the light that comes in, the crescent light that's part of the new moon energy, but I personally like to have some light when I'm doing altar visuals, setting our intentions, my intentions, you setting your intentions. So if you're interested in joining the altar visual, it is still up and available. So you can go over to the website. If you're guided, I strongly suggest that you should work with the new moon energy. It's the setup of the new cycle for the next 29 and a half days. Um, it is something that we've been teaching about here, and it's important to set your intentions. You know, if you want something in your life a change, you got to speak it, say it, set it, and forget it, right? So it's very important to do that. I'm doing something simultaneously, just waiting on a few people to come in before I give it one more minute before I pull some cards and start doing some other things, okay? So, let's give it one more minute, and then we'll just get started. Okay, so I'm going to go on and get started. It is 9:24. Um, give me one sec. Got some little hiccups going on, but that's okay, right? Don't worry about it. We'll just go from there. All right. So I'm going to start shuffling to get you set up for what is happening with the waxing crescent moon. We're going to talk about that, do some reading information on it, and go from there. Now, the waxing crescent moon is the moon that follows right behind the new moon. So it's like the second phase moving in. The moon travels very quickly far as in the zodiac sign versus in the sun sign. Okay, the divine masculine is the sun, the moon is the divine infinite. Okay, and so she travels quick, so she was in Pisces last night, new moon site Pisces, and she's still in Pisces right now until she get ready to move into Aries late this evening. But again, we still can work with the energy with waxing crescent. And waxing crescent, good morning. Hit the likes, please. With the waxing crescent, the waxing crescent moon is the archetype of the maiden. Okay, so we have three. We have the crone, the maiden, and mother, pretty much in between those three. Okay. And so the maiden is like the beginning stages of early stages of something, putting things into progress, beginning something with the maiden, the mother, and the crone. But she's the archetype. Waxing crescent moon is the archetype maiden. Also, waxing crescent is also the sign is one of the symbolisms of the season of spring. And as you can see, we're moving into spring. Okay. So we're moving into spring. Um, we was in Mbak February the 3rd, which is the midwinter point here in the northern hemisphere. Midwinter launching us into spring. And then waxing crescent, her season represents spring. So this is a perfect time while we're talking about this, and it will be in the playlist as well. Hey there, good morning. Hit the likes. And so it's a symbolism of waxing crescent moving us into spring as well. And you can start feeling the energy of spring coming in. I'm quite sure that many of us can feel that, even though we still have snow on the ground in some parts in the US and nationally, in the world, but also you can feel your energy changing. Okay, you can feel your energy changing. So as your energy is changing, you need to move with the season. Okay, so you're no longer going to be feeling that slowness or that inward consciousness with turning within a whole lot, working on your inner child, working on areas of healing and dark areas that help us to transform. You'll start feeling that more little bit of lightness, like, oh, I feel a little bit of lightness in the tunnel. Now, out of the tunnel. Now, that's not mundane type energy, like, okay, I hope my money is this, or I hope the job is this, or hope. No, it's an inward knowing of coming into the light. Okay, coming into the light, feeling a door crack open or a window crack open. You may even be hearing the you may be even be hearing the birds chirping more earlier, seeing the sun rising more. That in the mornings and later evenings with sun. We started seeing that at winter solstice in December. So with the waxing crescent moon, it's not a lot of power energy. So it's not like you feel this big soar to do things with the little crescent of light. It's more of, okay, I'm not at a black energy or lower energy. I'm feeling some gradualness in myself to start moving forward. And especially if you're setting intentions with the new moon, you're setting up knowing that you saw the divine infinite first video on the moon, and then we're talking about the 9 phases, we're breaking it down each week, is that you will know that that lunar energy is progressing in yourself. And that is a inner clock that's saying, okay, I'm feeling more of a push to do more. Because the moon, when it goes dark, is telling you to go inward, and it is a time of rest. It's a time of rest. Okay. It's a time of rest. The, what Mother Moon, Lunar Moon, the Divine Infinite, has been coming more into her glory is because she no longer wants us moving in the divine um, masculine energy, which all these centuries have been guided by masculine energy. Okay, and now with the spiritual awakening from 2020, you're feeling more people, if they're in tune, to say, oh, okay, I should be taking time with myself. I should be gradually doing things. I should be taking part in nature. 2020 switch was to have us be aware of what's going on. If there's 7 people in the room here, can you take the time to hit the likes because it helps the algorithm to move and for other people to hear the message as well. Okay. Also, I'm going to deviate a little bit. You'll see a little sign down here that has a little dollar sign. If the information is good for you and you are able to give offerings, please do so and give a thank you here offering or a super chat if you are guided. Okay. But I know that you got it because there's good information that is being applied here. It's actually hit the likes, please. It's 11 people in the room and there's 7 likes. I know it's good information that's being applied because it's information that will change your life. It's things that is applicable every single month so you can get the movement and the things that you desire on your spiritual journey. It is not a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, hit fad type of thing. It is a lifestyle. And many people will come into the modern spirituality or the things that I'm saying is a lifestyle practice. It's not something that's new age, meaning that it's not something that's here to go and gone tomorrow. But lots of times people move from a modern spirituality practice or even from a new age practice or whatever practice they have or religion because they haven't grabbed hold of the horn of the base of the fundamentals, which you can get in our master class, so that that way it can take you and catapult you into your daily life of consistency. And what happens is when people don't get the microwave minute, then what do? They fall off because they haven't really made it a part of their lifestyle. Okay. So that is very important. If you're in the room, hit the likes. Those that are here to replay, make sure that you're hitting the likes for the video. If you just coming in and breezing out, don't worry, don't hit the likes, just exit stage left. So moving right along, when you are dealing with the crescent moon, she is telling you, okay, when you applying your attention, when you wrote your intention, think it over a little bit with that light. Is it strategic? Is it detailed? Is it with emotions? That's a very important area with the crescent moon to look at when she's saying the maiden and the little light. Are you looking at the detail of the intention? Okay. With the with the waxing crescent moon, she also wants you to say, still relax, but moving forward in steps, not carrying last month's energy into this month's energy. It is a new energy to work in as the light progresses from the moon. What is it? New energy. New energy. Every day is a new beginning. People don't take advantage of that because every day is a new beginning when you set up the day in gratitude and in meditation. We're starting the day of being grateful and thankful. But when you start a whole new cycle, you are leaving off chapter 2, which was February, and moving into March, chapter 3, of saying, okay, this is my new chapter. So I can go into my journal, your journaling notebook, and look at Going into the moon calendar, one of the apps, or looking on your computer or on your phone, saying, okay, today is saying the moon is moving into waxing crescent. And okay, this draw it with the little light. What am I doing? What am I going to do to align it with that day? Am I setting up gratitude today with that waxing crescent moon? Am I maybe giving thanks for something that I have, which is I woke up and opened up my eyes today? We are in the energy of waxing crescent, and people will see this video if the will is for years to come. But when it is waxing crescent is landing in the spring, it is saying us to prepare for increase, getting ready for increase. If you check the community board that I list here on YouTube, we have a community board, okay? And I share a inspirational a word from the divine infinite about getting ready for increase. You will see it there. You'll see it on IG. You'll see it on Facebook as well. And if you're part of Patreon, you will see it there. That is a word for the North Node Tribe, for the Patreon, for the friends of the channel, for friends to the website. We have to do something with the crescent. She's given the light. So she's saying, okay, there's a little space there. So make time to do something. It's an opportunity to start again. Okay. With the waxing crescent as well, and it being the next doorway from the new moon, she's also saying, did you take time with Mother Moon to give a offering? Did you during this season or this now waxing crescent, we're now in a new energy, a new beginning of a cycle? Did you give an offering to the new moon? Did you give an offering? Now that does, and I'm not speaking of an altar visual offering, lining yourself with the unity altar, which was great if we still have time to join it. But did you go outdoors to give an offering? Did you, even in the winter time or summer, wherever you are, did you, the waxing crescent is saying you still have room to give an offering. It could be from a tree, a leaf from a tree. It could be food off of what you ate last night. It could be a acorn, which is still available. It could be a flower or a piece of a leaf or something from one of your plants. It can be um, whatever you're called to give an offering, and lay it out into nature and let the crescent light, the little slimmer of light, receive that offering because it's from your heart. Okay. Offerings are very important of exchange with Mother Moon, Divine Infinite. Offering says that I am available. I am available. And it's not about a high purchase or something that I am available to give from me because I am part of the universe. No matter what I see, no matter where I go, I have something to offer because you allowed me to open up my eyes and see that crescent, that maiden, that spring, that new beginning to say, aha, it is available to me to give an offering. So that is another request of the waxing crescent moon, to give a offering of what you have. It may be an old shirt or some shoes or something that you have that you may need to take it down to the shelter or take it to an offering bin or give it to the local school, or things that you have that somebody is in need of that you can give. That is the way that you receive as well from the waxing crescent, where it's a beginning stage. We have to have the energy of offerings as well. You can also do a water offering first thing in the morning before the sunrise. We're not working with the masculine energy, but before sunrise, go outside, take a nice clean water or whatever water you got, and you take it and you pour it out into the land and say, here it is, my offering. All of us have an offering to give. These are the basics of universal law. Spirituality is across the board the same similarities, whereas it falls underneath religion or freedom. But freedom to practice the way that the divine infinite is giving it to you brings about change of breaking off all bondages and bandages off of your life. Also, in the process of giving an offering, is I release resentment and bitterness through this offering. I release hatred or dislove of myself or dislove of others. You have to release at the same time as giving an offering with the waxing crescent as well, because you're shedding skin from you as the light progresses. Is anybody getting anything out of this? You can comment down below. Thank you. You're welcome. It's 13 in the room. Hit the likes. Um, make sure everyone is liking. Thank you, Nairobi. So it's 12. Hit the likes. I know what I'm bringing here is good, is firm, is grounded, and is life lasting for your entire lifespan. If you never click on this channel again or never look at a video or do anything with this channel because it ain't about me, it will change your life. It is not a game, it's a game changer. You could look at all the stars astrologically, look at all the zodiac signs, take a DM saying that they got a sign for you all day. But if you are not doing any work for yourself and apply simple fundamental practices that would change the life and the branches of extensions of yourself, then shame on you. But blessings and increase will come to your life if you apply these small fundamental practices that will bring about fluidity from eternity and beyond. Eternity means inwardly and infinity throughout the years to come and the seasons. Because here I'm teaching on seasonal movement so that you have things faster versus collectively in a year. Seasons bring about individual quick change. Not if you say a year to year, you'll be waiting and disgusted. But if you're not doing any inward changes along with the shifting, with with forgiving yourself and building stepping stones to releasing things out of yourself, then you will receive change. Work is right. Pivot steps, small steps are changes. Baby steps are changes. Leaps normally is for a hot minute. Even though we're in miracle season, if you're getting your miracles coming through, but you're not applying moral miracles to continue the miracles to in your life, then it will be short-lived. We can do all the spell work. I can do all the spell work for you all day long. But if you're not in unison and you're not changing and applying things into your own eternal life, then it will just be for a hot minute. This is why people jump off the channel, jump off the information, stop Patreon, because it didn't become a part of their system. Not that there's anybody, I'm just keeping it 100. Most people fade off because they're looking for the next hit or the next high. Oh, that felt good. Oh, that felt good to my flesh. Oh, she's speaking that. Bam. Then it just fall off because it was fleshly and not internal. Okay? Internal changes brings about outward changes. Inward, outward. But if it's just fleshly, it feels good. It was a good word. Oh, she said that. Or he, that was for me. It's speaking to me. Then it just fall off in 5 minutes because it didn't take root. But the moon is to allow you to take root. The master classes on Saturdays is to take root. The things on Patreon is to take root. The numerology number of the day, number 2 in the community, take root. What is in the planets, take root. So is that making it? How does that resonate with you? Does that make sense? Because the waxing crescent, she is coming in. And those that fell off in 2021, you'll continue to stay falling. You'll go from place to place to place to place. You'll bounce back from here and there and everywhere because you like a ship with a lot of waves and you just flopping all over the place because you looking for something and you ain't taking the time to look from within. Spirit resides within, is vertical with the divine infinite, and is horizontal to connect with the branches that extends from out you, which is your friends, family, fur babies, those that you are supposed to assist in your own life, and apply offerings. Right, no sales, just flop it. You know, it's a season of it's a season. Thank you, Magdalene, for the super chat. It's a season of increase, but that only applies to people that are doing some work for themselves. It only applies for those that's doing the work for themselves. It don't apply to you if you're not doing any work. And that means every day doing something, gratitude, thankfulness. Some of us here that's in the all over the world that will see this video are so abundant, not just abundant because we are full of abundance. We came here in abundance, but you have a warm bed. You're able to give an offering. You have food. You got lights. You got a place to live. Or if you're in transitional housing, wherever, it's temp, but it's a roof. It's no hole in it raining on your head. You're offering for that. Go outdoors, give something to the moon. Let her know. Connect. Get out of yourself and your own emotions. Getting ready for increase with gradually moving throughout the moon cycles is about not complaining. Tell the divine what it is that's bothering you and then let it go. Only how you gonna complain is when you got somebody else to complain. If you sitting by yourself, you ain't got nobody else to complain to. But if you give it to the divine and say, "Hey, this is what's going on," but if you somebody walk in the room or come on, you're like, all you doing is retracting what you want in your life. You're doing it to yourself. Some of it is straight up not a curse. You just living in your own drama because you're not willing to release. Hit the likes. It's 15 people in here. Hit the likes. So, and that's just the truth. Check out the inspirational word that came through today. That's on a community board, on Facebook, on IG stories. Okay. Join back Patreon if you've fallen off, if you guided to do so. We moving and grooving. We grooving on master classes. There's so much change going on Saturdays. People are getting they're shifting within themselves, but you got to do the work. And we're there to assist as a family, as a spiritual circle. Moving right along. Got 5 more minutes before I take a question. I'm going to shuffle. I'm using the Moonology deck to go along with the moons. And to let you know what spirit has to say with this waxing crescent moon. Ooh, thank you. All right. Work through your fears, Spirit is saying. Work through your fears. Work through your fears. If you have any fears that is arising up in you, because we have fears, that's part of our emotions. No, if they tell you that you don't get any fears, they're lying. If you're telling yourself you don't get any fears, you're lying to yourself. We get fears, but we have to work through our fears. It's telling us here with this wax and crescent, work through them because what will happen is that you'll take those steps to moving into your next season, the next movement and what is in your life. Take time to just write it in your journal. What is my fear? And then put one, two, three, write three things. I'm gonna have fear of this. I have fear of that. I have fear of this. And then write the opposite of it. Put an affirmation behind to debunk that fear. And what happens is it causes you to release it out of your life so that way you're not carrying the fear. You're not carrying it. And if you have to write it over and over, them affirmations over and over and over and over and over again, do so that way it will become lighter and lighter and lighter to you. When you're doing something on an ongoing basis, all of a sudden it just leaves you. You don't even remember it no more. And you also ask the divine infinite, take this from me. Take this fear from me. Maybe you need to write it out on some joss paper as well. Put it in water, let it soak it up, go outside and pour it out. We have to use things that's within the realm as well as to show demonstration from releasing. This is one of the reasons why I teach spells on master classes and different things like that, because it's part of our releasing mechanism. It's ways for us to break shed shields off of us. It's a way to break off chambers off of us. You can also contact me for counseling, but there's ways to unlock things. Okay. So that's that. And then it's time. Another thing the Spirit is saying, it's time to release negativity. All in alignment with what I've already been saying before we open the cards. What Waxing Crescent is asking of us. It's time to release negativity. Release it. I break it off of you. I break the energy of negativity that's been carrying over your life since the time you was born, or from the time someone has spoken negatively, or the things you've been speaking to yourself. The same thing that you've been saying to yourself every day, you wake up with the same record, the same replay, the same loop. I break that energy off of you right now. And you have to receive that and then do something about it. Journaling, very important. Spirit is saying here too, in reverse, a win-win outcome is in forecast. What this is saying in reverse is saying is in progress. It's in progress. Okay. So if we face it upward, it would say a win-win outcome is forecast. But when we have it in reverse, as spirit is given to me, it's in progress. It's in progression. When the waxing crescent moon is giving you that light, what is she doing? She's growing, she's growing, she's growing, she's growing, she's growing, she's growing. The full moon. Okay. So when she grows into full moon, what is she doing? She's saying, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Your win is on, your win is on, your win is on, your win is on, your outcome is in, your outcome is in, your outcome forecast is in, your outcome forecast is in, your outcome forecast is in. Some of you need to get some mala beads and take them 100 there's 100 bees on a mala bees, and you need to create a words to stir up so that way you're spitting it out into the universe. If you don't have mala beads, get you a pair. If you got some and you didn't stop doing it, and if you're guided to pull them back out, you probably need to start saying things over and over and over and over and over again. It doesn't have to be it don't have to be in any other setup that's any other words like in Ganasha's words, anybody. You can create your own wording to spin that thing so the angels is like, she ready, he ready, she ready, he ready, she ready, he ready, she ready, she ready, she ready, she ready. Why? Because you're giving them instruction. And then you hit that 100 number, you breaking down things. That was one of the things part of the altar vigil was purification and removing blockages, moving into the new energy. Apparently nobody got the email or y'all didn't decided to be stagnant, but it's your life. It's your life. But I challenge you to change it. I challenge you to put some fire on you so you can run through this season of spring that is upon us. I challenge you. I challenge you to work with the waxing crescent moon. I challenge you. Some of you like a good challenge. Some people just don't like to be challenged. Me personally, I like to be challenged because I like to get the result. If I'm doing something, I'm gonna get something. You best believe that. It may not be exactly the way it laid out, but if I put it out there, if I did spell work for you, if I did, so it may not go exactly. If I'm doing it for myself, you best believe I'm gonna get a result because I believe in what I do. Do you believe in what you do? Are you gonna work with the wax and crescent moon? Are you gonna do the work so you can get the result? Or you just gonna keep popping in and out and hearing a bunch of good words for your flesh, and then your flesh felt good and then it fell off in 5 minutes like a bad spoiled piece of food? What will you do differently coming into the season? Anybody got any questions? I'm moving on. We're gonna close out. Thank you for the super chat, our friend is well appreciated. The chats, different things that will be coming through that people give offerings will be going to different services, different programs that will help our communities. Anybody have any questions? There was some questions that I applied here in the chat. Um, I'll give it 20 seconds and then I'll close out. I hope that the reading gave you some confirmation and what you needed. Keep in mind that I offer psychic therapeutic live readings by phone. I offer them. I'm a 30-year practitioner. I'm not a new jack. I don't come to play. I have 30 plus years of spiritual background. I offer counseling, diagnostic consultations as well, master classes that's part of the magical arts and spiritual growth, along with our Patreon group, the North Node Community, which is so fired up of a spiritual circle and a circle that gets so much information that you can apply in your life. I strongly suggest to you to join with them, one of them, if you feel that you want to be in a unisys and groups that is going to help you progress and not just floating with the wind. Along with get your journal, make sure you're journaling your information, your daily journal prompts for yourself. So much more. You may go to our website at https://spiritualist7.com where you will find updates during the email listing. I post a tarot of the day, numerological number of the day on the YouTube here, community boards, so much on IG, Facebook, and Patreon, you know. So it also allows me, Patreon also allows me, and those that give to the chat here, it allows me to more time to create, to bring things that is of substance, that will help guide you on your spiritual practice. But keep in mind, it's your spiritual practice. Okay, thank you, Spirit, working for results. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Magdalene. Ayana is saying, spot on, driving well. Ascending is saying, thank you. Samantha says, makes all sense. Nairobi, Power Ranger. My work has been small, but I feel very proud of that and keeping it simple. Exactly. Keeping it simple and progress. Hey, Janet, you're welcome for the great information. Thank you for taking time to come into this chat. Thank you for allowing me to share what it is that the Waxing Crescent has to say to you from this day forward and into the replay. I love you for watching today. Don't forget to love, like, and share the videos here. Don't forget to believe in yourself first. Trust and believe in yourself first and dive deep. You give offerings, it never leaves your life. It goes into your future and it multiplies. I will see you next time. I don't see any additional questions. Have a wonderful waxing crescent moon and keep learning. The additional information about the waxing crescent moon is on Patreon. If you like to join Patreon, do so. We do have a lunar workbook that comes every monthly. Okay. But the additional information about the waxing crescent moon in detail is on Patreon. Love you for watching. See you later. Bye bye.